And if we talk about server, it's not that complicated as well. Once again, guys, let's just go step by step, a little bit deeper. And just in general overview, what is going on the server side. We have three main parts: primitives or features. Like from now on, we are going to use it interchangeably. Those words we don't get confused. And those are tools, resources, and prompts. Okay, what are they? Let's start from the tools. You're going to use them most of the time, actually. Tools are just for doing action. If, for example, you're a web developer, it's just like you're making a post request, right? You're asked for some data to be maybe fetched or processed or something like that. So we are using tools actually to do the job for us, to do the task for us. Okay. Resources, on the other hand, is just for getting data. So we can get data into context of our LLM of choice. It is like a get request, right? We want you just to get some data and that's it. And yes, actually we can use tools to get the data as well. You might tell what's the difference. And actually, in terms of the resources, we can manually enable it in our host side. So we do not need to ask questions like, hey, go grab something to do some task for me or something like that, right? We're just enabling it and it automatically fetches all the data and it always available for our LLM to use. So we don't need to worry about it. And so we can simply use tools, prompts, and other stuff without worrying that we are lacking some context. Okay. And then we have prompts. Prompts are actually just the templates that we are using, like pre-built prompts, basically, right? Just in the name, which we are using to describe what do we want and what pieces of information we want to send. Right now, as an example of the Claude, we will talk about Claude a little bit later on, but this is just like a ChatGPT, you can think, okay, if you're not familiar. And on the Claude side, when we are using prompts, it will just will give us the input section, basically, where we're inputting different data. For example, what you want to get data, weather from, okay? And we are typing like New York or something like that, right? And basically we're just hit send and it already includes like in the prompt, all the information about how we want the data back, what details about weather we're interested in. So it's basically just template for us to use, or maybe you have a large team which uses the same prompt again and again. It's just easy way to manage this and actually prepare everything beforehand. And those are three main parts. Today we're going to specifically use tools, because this is one of the most used parts in any client side. But no worries, once you figure out tools and you would see the example, you would understand like the way how to use resources and prompts as well. The most important idea just to have the understanding exactly like what is going on, right? And then you can use whatever you want and play around with it as much as you want. But before going forward, let's not forget that actually, once again, MCP is quite new, right? It's emerging technology. And that's why in the first link, in the second link that I have sent to you, I basically mentioned that we will go back to it. And this is the time, right? So while looking through the hosts that are available right now for us to use, right? You can see a bunch of check mark or no, it's not used. And basically you right now able to see that it's not really supported everywhere. And specifically look at the top. We have resources, prompts, and tools. Sampling and routes, don't like stress about this for now. It's not almost used anywhere. And those are important stuff for us to focus, especially at the beginning. And depending on the app that you're using, actually, if resources are important for you, you can use probably client, right? Because it starts inside of the, for example, cursor, right? Or for example, prompts is somewhere is missing, right? Tools are usually, once again, since the tools are the most used right now, it's usually included in most of the cases because usually you want to perform some tasks or something like that, right? Instead of fetching, even though this is super useful, but tools right now, the way to go. So when you're choosing the host for your needs, please take a look also at what is available right now and what is not, because it might be a breaker for you. Okay. But if you're like doing some classic approach, most of the clients actually would support it.